Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Brew podcast. I'm Julian.
I'm Nathan. He failed the first time.
Shut the fuck up.
Brandon, I haven't failed at nothing yet.
Brandon fail. Wow. We don't know.
What games have you been playing before this? Anyway.
So,
Hi guys.
new trailer came out today. Woo. No, not woo. More woo! Star Wars Rogue One came out actually, I think, around last night.
I'm excited about it. I didn't even know about it until you told me about it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It looks awesome. So why don't we watch it together?
Is it too much of a war? Don't hate me. Hopefully while I'm putting it back here, it's actually going to be playing. We'll find out.
Imperial flags reign across the galaxy.
Can
you be trusted with our shadows?
Just as good as I wish for you.
Out of the samurai rubber
What made your weapons test is ignorant. We need to know how to destroy it.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Good.
Good.
I'm good.
I've been created for the rebellion for a long time.
We destroyed our home. I fight the Empire now.
Yeah, okay.
I was just thinking not to show it.
All is
And then they also
the
have
fourth will.
Yeah, that's fucking
The
amazing.
captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
That is the rebel. That is the Empire signal.
There isn't much time. Every day they grow stronger.
There is a 97.6% chance of failure. In Israel.
This is our chance to make a real difference. Are you with me?
All the way.
So,
December can't come quick enough.
I know.
It looks good. I want to know who they got to play Darth Vader.
I think Alexander Graham Bell came back.
Ooh.
Sorry. It's Alexander Graham Bell.
I wanted to see how long it took, but you went and ruined it.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, he's playing the voice again, but I mean,
Underneath the costume doesn't matter though. Maybe they have, what's his name? Hayden Christian?
No.
They have him already there.
we'll let you come back, but
You have to cover your face.
I think it would work. I don't think he's really doing anything.
Trailer. Supposedly, this just came to mind, and I want to get it out before it leaves my mind again. They're supposedly making another Friday the 13th movie, and Kane Hodder is supposed to be coming back as Jason.
Nice.
So that's...
I like what they
because all the original horrors are making another one, and the original people are coming back. Like Texas Chainsaw,
Yeah, the
Maybe
original
one.
Leatherface is supposed to be
Leatherface is coming
back.
back. Who is still beastly, man.
Nice.
But they just rebooted that not too long ago anyway.
Hmm?
They just rebooted that not too long ago anyway.
Yeah, but it was horrible.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely looks cool. I think you're right though. Before you mentioned, before the podcast, you mentioned that you don't think Darth Vader's going to be in it too much.
Cameo at best.
I don't think he'll.
Yeah. I think it'll be like the end thing to make you want more. Like
Yeah.
that catch 22.
I think if they're going to do it right, they're going to stay away from the main cast as much as possible and focus specifically on
The
this.
story.
Yeah. Until you get to like a Han Solo movie where obviously you're going to focus specifically on Han Solo because that's Han Solo's movie. I think this movie is going to be specifically about Rogue One. You'll have a cameo of Darth Vader, whether it's going to be at the beginning, the end, the middle, or throughout. I mean, he's going to be there. Obviously, they showed him in the trailer. So, but yeah, it looks.
But he won't play a huge part
No.
at all.
I mean, he's a huge part in the Empire, but I think in this movie, I think you're right. He's not going to be. Now, did they say if this movie leads right into
I would assume
Episode
so,
4?
because it has to do with them stealing the Death Star plans. That's the whole mission. Is for them to steal
But
the
they
plans.
did they ever really say, I don't know, because I know the books really aren't canon anymore, so I don't know if it's true in the books anymore, but Did they ever really say in the movies when they got the plans to when episode 4 happens?
No.
So I mean,
think
it
there
could be
is
a
a time
couple.
frame.
Yeah, it could be a couple years back. It could be right away. I mean, for all we know, it could jump onto fucking Leia's ship and then right from there start. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Rogue One ends.
I didn't see exactly how they got the plans. Like, yeah, they sent Rogue One in to get the plans, but no guarantee that she walked out alive with the plans.
Yeah, because.
Because in the trailer, it kind of looks very morbid. They're all on the ship, kind of just staring at each other, like they know they're all about to die.
Yeah. Plus, they never. I mean,
You never really notice them afterwards.
yeah,
or
you
talk about
never
them.
you never hear much about them in the older movies, and you know, obviously they're not known characters in the older
I don't
movies.
think they ever came straight out and said how she got the plans.
No. never
It
did.
probably all as like that'll probably be the cliffhanger. Like Darth Vader comes out, orders them to be all destroyed.
That was the first thing that you saw was Leia putting the plans into R2D2.
Yeah.
And then they never explained where they come from, how they got them.
And I wonder if any, because I mean, this is really like I don't know if it's the start of the rebellion or if it's, you know, the rebellion's already kind of happened. Because like it said, it's tough to determine what time frame it is from when episode 3 left off and when episode 4 begins to how young everyone is, you know, especially the rebellion.
I would assume, just from the trailer, I would assume it's the start of the uprising, considering that the rebel insignia is, the imperial insignia is everywhere. They announced that the Imperials are pretty much taking over, so I would assume that's the start of the uprising.
Yeah,
I'd
it's gonna be.
say like maybe more than a year into their rise, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, like, alright, so where's the time frame? Here's a perfect
Well,
example.
it's gotta be long enough for Darth Vader to become an important role.
Well, he's always been an important role ever since he.
Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, but so here's the thing. So how old is Luke when in episode 4? Did they ever say? I want to say he's like in his 20s, right? Or maybe 18ish.
Late teens, early
Yeah, late
20s.
Okay, so you figure from end of episode 3 to 4, it's at least 20-year gap. You know, so where this movie's gonna fall in, I mean, because my whole thing is, are they gonna show other fighter pilots like Porkins, or you know, like that kind of stuff? Like, are they gonna show like, are they gonna show younger versions of them because they are part of the rebellion?
I could see them
And it is a
instituting.
movie based on, you know, like fighter pilots and infiltration and stuff. So
I could see them bringing in like Antilles. I could see him, but I mean, he was the one that also refused. They would have to recast because that actor was offered a spot to come back as Wedge Antilles for Force Awakens, and he refused.
Yeah.
He said he don't want nothing to do with the character anymore.
yeah.
So they would have to recast, but I could see them doing a younger Wedge Antilles for that version.
No, I mean just like they're doing with Han Solo, and apparently this kind of leads up into the next topic is, you know, they're starting to find characters for the movie, and Lando Calrissian, apparently the front runner is Donald Glover, which I can actually kind of see it happening. He's a really good actor. And he's fucking hilarious, and Lando was always like a funny character, so I
I
can see.
can't put a face to a name.
He was Childish
Glover?
Gambino.
What was it?
Childish Gambino is his rapper name. He also
He
was on
did
Community.
and
He has stand-ups and stuff on Comedy
he
Central.
does a stand-up where talk about his brothers pooping in a toilet at Home Depot.
That sounds familiar. I have to look it up so I can put a face
Yeah,
to it.
no.
He also did he played Miles' voice on Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was rumored to be the new Spider-Man before Tom Holland,
They shut that down so
but
quick.
they shut it down.
It's like no one's ready for a black Spider-Man.
No one's ready for Black Superman either.
That's true. Or Gay Superman.
That's a
Flashback.
throwback to fucking 2 podcasts ago.
Tonight. Jesus Christ.
Pink, not rainbow kryptonite.
Pink. Calm down. That leads to rainbows.
Pink kryptonite, the shit rainbow colors.
So we have another trailer that came out too that we talked about last week, was the teaser for the teaser, and now the teaser's finally out. So we have Resident Evil.
We do. We're excited for this. I know you're not.
I'm
but-
excited for the movie, but I just don't think the trailer looks that great.
I mean, I wanna go back years and years and years when the first Resident Evil came out. I was disappointed because I went in and I wanted the game's storyline.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is.
Absolutely
It's,
not.
it's its own standalone story. with different
But you grew to
characters that
love it.
they somehow managed to tweak and add the game characters in at a later time. I hated it and despised it at first just because it wasn't what I wanted it to be, and then the more I watched it, it grew on me, and then the sequels after that, despite, which one was it, Afterlife?
Whatever one came
After-
3D first was
after
horrible.
3, I pretty much.
It was Afterlife. It was the third one, the one where she had telekinesis powers.
Okay.
That kind of lost me, but then they kind of went back to its roots a little bit with
Didn't they
4
like
and 5.
kill her off and now like it's your clone that we're watching?
We
about?
don't know. We don't know.
Or we don't know,
whether
or
it's
something.
her clone.
That
or not.
was in
That was in the last one, wasn't it? Where they were in the underground, or no?
Yeah.
Before that.
yeah. She's been killing clones for the last 2 movies.
And it's
So-
So you're not quite. You're still. No one's really still quite sure if she is her or if it's just a clone that thinks it's the original Alice.
No, you haven't seen the trailer, right?
No.
Alright, so let's watch the fucking trailer.
Let's show the video. God, I hope this works. Otherwise, that just seems stupid. Which isn't much of a difference.
Fucking raisin. Now, I watched it. Did you notice that they're moving? The zombies are moving.
Yeah, I didn't take notice of it, but I went down.
Oh, they're moving. They're kicking.
Those are just like, I thought it was wind. It's small, but I watched it yesterday and it's on the farm. They're kicking.
That is what it's like. That's the entire project.
What do you want from me?
Humanity will cease to exist unless you return the hive.
I don't trust you.
Behind you.
Everything's led to this.
How are we gonna do it?
I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
The prodigal daughter returns.
Of course.
Big mistake.
Not have Resident Evil one movie that way. That's the other thing. It's like they're not gonna try and drag the series out. They're gonna cut it. This is it.
But that's what they say for so much, and then 10 years down the road, we're watching a fucking.
They did it with Saul.
So here's my,
Saul's coming back.
here's my question about that.
They said they agreed to make a couple more movies.
So at the end of the trailer, Wesker says, "I should have finished you in DC," which the last movie ended in DC and
Yes.
them being friendly, correct?
Yes.
Are they just gonna be like, yeah, that should
Wesker-
happen, or they actually?
Wesker cannot be a hero.
No, I
He
understand.
can't even be an anti-hero.
But-
well,
No, he is an anti-hero. in some
not
sense.
anti-hero. What's the word for it? Suicide Squad. What are they?
They're anti-heroes.
Poxy?
I guess the term would be
Hippopotamus?
anti-hero. He can't even be an anti-hero. He's not an anti-hero. He's just a villain.
He's
Period.
just there. He hates everything.
So, are they going to just skip over everything, or are they?
I don't
actually
think
gonna
so.
fill
I
it in?
think they'll go back and they'll explain what happened in DC.
Because I mean, that seems like a lot of shit to like cover. To
No,
like
they're
go
gonna-
from DC to then show her traveling to Raccoon City and then finally getting Raccoon City and then dealing with that.
It's good for a 2-hour movie. It's good for a 2-hour movie. I mean, you figure
You
back
need more
in,
than just zombie shooting.
back in Afterlife, they started off in a experimentation lab, and then it showed her escape from the lab.
So she ended up back at
She
the
had
home
to-
that she was in
Yeah, she
eventually.
had to find transportation, showed her go from the lab out to Vegas. Then she somehow ended up back where she started.
Which was bad. I really got confused in that last one because it was like once she got back to the house that she started, I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Afterlife was by far the worst out of the 5 that they have right now.
I'm so glad that they didn't say let's make this one IMAX 3D again because it was all
well,
cool.
you still have time. When is this movie?
Yeah,
Oh, no, it'll be
there's
3D.
time. There's
Yeah,
probably
I'm sure you'll have IMAX.
You'll have a 3D version, guaranteed. Will it be worth it?
No,
Probably
probably not because
not,
they probably
but
want. It's only ever worth an IMAX or 3D movie
if it's
they
shot in 3D.
in that.
Yeah.
If it's not, then you're watching added effects later that aren't going to be worth the extra. Was it $4 now?
I don't know, something.
Depending on where you live.
It's almost 15, 16 bucks.
So like I said,
now.
I'm excited for the movie. I just don't think the trailer gave it justice. Maybe
It's
I
a
don't know.
teaser.
I do
That's
like
what
that
it
they're
is.
going back to Raccoon City. And
I like how
to
going back to
the
Raccoon City. There was a lot of zombies which reminded me of World War Z almost a little bit. Which is a lot of the zombie movies that are coming out now are kind of like throwing towards that because it was more of a realistic, if you can say, zombie
Sure.
world.
I mean, there's a few things that I would love to see them implement into this one. They already did the dogs. They did the zombies. They
Now
did
they have the flying thing.
They did the flying Mangini. No, they weren't the Manginis. The ones
Mangina?
from 5. We call it Mangina. They have not yet done the hunters, the toad-looking things.
I only know Hunters from Halo, so.
Do you remember the Resident Evil Hunters? They had the long claws and they were hunched over. They looked almost like big bullfrogs, and then they would lunge at you and swipe.
Yeah, I thought they did. Didn't they do that in the last one?
Don't
No, that was in
think
the
so.
last CG movie. They did Hunters.
No, they did.
Which I like the last CG
They did
movie.
the-
I like
they-
it more
they-
than Afterlife.
They did the Axeman.
Is that Biohazard?
The last one, I think so. Can't remember what it was.
Regeneration and
There was Regeneration and then
I can't
I
remember.
feel like it was
what
Biohazard.
there's Biohazard.
Might have been.
Those are both better than Afterlife.
Those were awesome. Those were awesome.
But yeah, they did Hunters in those. I mean, if they can pull it off in a movie, because I mean, the CG world uses so much more capabilities, obviously, but
Hunter, I mean, even
Hunter-
doing modern FX, makeup FX, Hunters wouldn't be that difficult to recreate.
sure.
They're not extremely. It's not like you're going out and trying to make Venom.
Yeah, that's not been done correctly.
It's not it can be done with a rubber suit. It's just looks like a giant bullfrog, literally, with huge claws.
And slightly characteristics, obviously, because I mean, it is a human. Or it was a human.
I mean, the only other thing that I would like to see them put into it, which I haven't looked too deep into it, so they might have, is some of the game characters make a return. Chris, Jill, Claire, Alice is going to be in it. Leon was in the last one. Got to rewatch it. Can't remember whether or not he actually made it alive.
Who was the guy? I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but had the golden guns.
That was in Code Veronica. That was Billy, not Billy. Billy.
In the movie, they was played by a black guy, and I couldn't remember if he was.
Nah, Mike Epps.
Yeah,
Mike Epps. Nah, he had nothing. He was the original character.
original character. Okay. Yeah, but he had golden guns, and then wasn't who has the red vest? That's
Claire.
Claire.
no guy.
Barry.
Barry.
Okay, and he died last movie, right? Where they were like had the firefight.
I believe so.
They
Like I
kind
said,
of
it's been a
blew
little
up
while
the-
since I watched. I gotta go back and watch all 5 of them again before January. I think he did not make it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I think when they flooded the tunnels and they were going up the shaft, I think they exploded the bottom. And
I think the only 2 that made it out were Claire, Jill for the villain, and I think Leon made it out.
And they, it kind of sucks because I liked Mike Epps' characters. I don't think they really ever explained what happened to him. Because I don't think he died at the end of the first one. But
No, because he was in the Jeep to pick up Alice.
Yeah, and then they kind of just like, the second one was like, oh yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah, he just, again, I gotta go back and rewatch it, but I can't
He got
remember.
bit.
No, I don't remember.
He might have gotten bitten.
I think he got bit and drove off before he became a problem.
I like his character.
No, he was a funny character. I mean,
I mean, he gave them a little bit more flavor.
One thing that confuses me about this trailer is it brings back the Black Captain from the first movie.
Who was then a clone in the last movie with
Yes.
what's her name that I can't remember now.
Where he came in, and supposedly the captain from the first movie was a clone, and that was the real him coming to take her back in retribution. And that just didn't he die in that? Didn't Alice put him down?
He died a lot of times.
Like
he died the first
is this
one.
The real him? Is
He
this
died
the
the
real
first
him?
one from the laser grid, which I like that they put in the trailer.
Yeah.
He died then like 3 or 4 times in the last movie where they had all the clones looking for them, and she killed a bunch of them. And I don't know who the fuck's real, who's not.
Yeah, because he's back in this trailer.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And there was another guy during the trailer. I don't know if it was supposed to be Chris Redfield, but like he was right behind her, and he had the Chris Redfield like vest and looked to him.
Oh God, I hope so, because the Chris Redfield that they had in Retribution was just.
I mean, that one was more a buffy looking Chris Redfield, if it was him, which would be great.
The one in Retribution was not even remotely close to what he should have been. It was like he was in a prison jumpsuit.
No, they just
was
wanted
hanging off him.
They just wanted
That's
star
not
quality
Chris.
for when it came to that.
That's not Chris.
They just wanted that guy for his name because they knew he'd bring more people to watch it.
And Ada, they got to bring Ada back. She's always been a badass. Movies, games, always been a badass. They got to bring her back.
Oh well, moving on.
Yeah. So, a couple things. I know, me and you, I just shared with you that William Dafoe apparently is going to be playing in the Netflix Death Note, which is based off the anime, and apparently he's doing the voice of Ryuk, which I think is going to be awesome. I don't know if he's the voice or if he's acting as, but I think most likely they're probably going to do CGI, so I don't know.
Yeah, I would say CGI. I mean, there could be also him when he's standing still. It could be a person, but for when he's moving or flying, he does. It wasn't me.
This time it was Brandon fucking up the shit.
I mean, when he's moving or flying, to pester basically. Oh, what's the main character's name? What's his name?
Light.
Yeah, when he like flies to pester Light about why he's not killing or for apples. I mean, that would have to be CGI obviously, but when he's just standing still, asking for apples or being a dick in general, that could be.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see. I'm definitely excited about that.
He has a cynical voice to him, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited because I think he's gonna do it well. And you know what?
Did they say he's playing Light yet?
No.
Are we gonna whitewash that like normal?
Of course. Why not? I know. Everyone's getting whitewashed. Let's be serious here. It's a Japanese anime that they already put white characters in so far. William Dafoe. I'm not mad about it. I understand you're trying to reach a bigger audience, and to do that, unfortunately, sometimes you have to change characters. And I mean, is it right? No. But that's what happens, and sometimes it succeeds, and sometimes it fails. But what are you gonna fucking do? Yeah. But another thing I saw was cool is I don't know if you guys are a fan of Bad Boys the movie.
Oh, I like the first
But
two.
apparently they're doing the third one called Bad Boys for Life, and apparently it's gonna be released 2018.
Yeah, they've been talking. I got my doubts because they've been talking about doing that for a while.
I mean, you know what it is? So Will Smith just did Suicide Squad, back to an action movie.
He didn't know if
A
he
little
wanted-
bit of comedy, but I think maybe something like that sparked him back up, and it's not like Martin Lawrence is doing much nowadays, so why the fuck not?
What has he? I thought he was. I didn't know if he was alive or dead. What has he
He's
been doing?
been doing
Probably doing
stand-ups.
stand-ups,
He's
yeah,
been doing
yeah.
stand-ups. He did one. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But he did do one recently. Basically, before because they had him sit down together when they did like a little SNL skit or something like that. And Will Smith just was like, I'm not quite sure if I want to do any more action because he was doing a lot of dramas and he wanted. I think he just really wanted like more like an Oscar or an Emmy for acting, which we would really only get with dramas and stuff like that.
It's not true.
Not much action gets dramas or gets Oscars or
No.
comedies. And that's that is what Bad Boys is. Comedies.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna
Oscars.
get it with a action comedy like Bad Boys, but you can still do an action movie that will get you it.
Bad Boys is more so for your fans.
Yeah.
That's a fan movie.
No, it's hilarious.
That's not an award movie
Yeah.
at all.
And that's basically what Will Smith like. They let that at a good point. They'd have to see a script to see what more they could do with it. They did leave it at a good point. You know, didn't they retire in the second one after he got shot in the ass again?
Probably.
I don't know if they retired. It just showed the two of them floating out into the bay on the floaties.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't end on a good note. So I mean, this would have to be some sort of shit for them to go back out and start shooting up.
I mean, it might
Like
be
maybe while the daughter gets like kidnapped.
I mean, he could do Iron Blazing too.
I would kill for that shit.
He survives.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. Depending on which ending you watch.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. I'm glad they're, I like that I wouldn't really call it original content because you did have 2 movies already prior to, but yeah, I'm glad that they're like starting to
It's not a reboot.
Yeah, it's not a reboot. And I like Will Smith as an actor. I mean, everything he does usually is really good.
He's only done one shit movie.
Afterlife.
What was it?
Afterlife.
Never watched it.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Don't waste your time.
I won't then.
Don't waste
It
your
has
time.
a good concept, but M. Night Shyamalan's directing.
Well, Hitch I didn't really care for either. Or
I like
So
what was the movie where he was a superhero?
Hancock. I like
We just
Hancock.
watched
It was
the other night.
it was alright, but the story it wasn't
Yeah.
him. It was the story that was.
Yeah, there was a story. It started off really good, and then they got into the "you are weak around your love," blah blah blah
Yeah, I hated
blah
that
blah.
part. Another thing that I saw was it's kind of like a 2-pointer. One goes into the other. So apparently they released that Black Manta is going to be the villain in the Aquaman movie, which is pretty cool. I'm not a really big Aquaman fan, so I don't really know all his villains, but I do know of Black Manta.
Yeah, he's the main villain, which well for most of the universe is a black guy. So it'd be interesting to see how to play that.
They'll whitewash it.
No. I mean, there's a whole bunch. Like I would say, Idris Elba would make a great Black Manta.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I could see it. But is he busy doing Thor Ragnarok? What is his name? Helm?
You know.
And then kind of piggybacking off that, Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman, apparently is going to be in the Crow reboot, which is going to be interesting. But that movie is plagued with like accidents.
Yeah, I would not want to put myself in that.
So we may be seeing a different Aquaman in Justice League, depending on when they film the
Why
Crow
would you go
reboot.
that far?
Just
Hope
saying.
not.
You know,
Just
I'm
not.
so glad that your primary
Don't have any
job
gun
is
shot
not
pointed at you.
fortune teller.
Yeah, I could be.
Hey, let's
I can be an unpaid fortune teller.
Use your stunt double. Whenever there's a scene where any gun, prop or not, has to get fired off at the Crow, stunt double.
Yep. As soon as I cock that trigger back, stunt double.
And cut. You kill it.
Speaking of, going back to Resident Evil, they had
A couple accidents.
Yeah.
a ton of setbacks on their set.
Didn't one guy commit suicide also on that?
I don't know about that one.
Didn't
I
someone get
know
crushed by a tank?
Somebody
Yes.
get crushed by a tank.
It was an SUV, one of those big Humvees, and it was on a rotating platform, and the e-brake gave out and it crushed him against a wall.
And his family was there during
And
that.
I think
part.
someone
that
lost.
was the
I think
horrible part.
I think Mila Jovovich stun double. Didn't her arm get pinched and they had to
I don't know if she
amputate it?
lost
She
an
lost
arm
an
or
arm.
she lost the whole arm.
I don't know if the whole arm, but it's
It
definitely
was basically from
like
above the elbow
yeah.
down.
So that gave him setbacks on top of Mila Jovovich being pregnant for the first, year of its supposed production time.
Well, if the director didn't get her pregnant.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, she's married to the director.
Yeah.
For all those people who didn't know, he's the one who's keeping her employed.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I don't think she really needs to.
She's not terrible. We just watched Fifth Element again for the
She's good.
millionth time the other night, and it's fabulous.
Yeah.
She's not a horrible actress. She's not good either.
She doesn't get a lot of roles. I mean,
No, because she was a model.
a lot of her
I mean,
roles have a lot of her roles have been Resident Evil. She did Fifth Element. A lot of them were like sci-fi or like this, like she did. What was it? The other one with the fucking the aliens. I want to say it's Fifth something as well, not Fifth Dimension or whatever. But it's like about aliens and
Fifth Element?
no, that's another alien. That was like one of her first movies.
The Sixth Sign, Fifth Sign, or something like that.
Fifth Sign, yeah, something like that. And
Where the aliens are abducting people in
Yeah,
Alaska,
yeah,
and she
yeah.
goes up to that was
and it's like
terrible.
all she really does is I've ever seen her in. I mean, maybe she does more movies I'm just not aware of. I could check her wiki page probably, but most of the movies I know her
I'm sure
from.
she was in Run Little Run. It was a French foreign film, but it was really good.
Yeah.
It was
But yeah,
really, really good.
the majority of what I've seen her has been like weird sci-fi or like weird Resident Evil movies. So I don't know, but I'm sure she's got plenty of
I
money.
think really just besides Resident Evil, it's more like the indie scene that she's in passing.
Yeah, but I'd like to see her in more stuff because she's not
I'd
a
like to see
terrible
her go
actor.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Outside
Well, she's
Resident Evil.
mainstream, yeah, outside of Resident Evil, but you know, whatever.
That's what it is.
So moving away from movies.
Speaking of horror, theme park news. They, for anybody who's big into Halloween and the horror genre, yeah, Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios, huge Halloween event. I know I go every year with the wife, and it's a blast. They take Hollywood set level material and put it in their sound stages as haunted house walkthroughs. It's fantastic. They just announced something that they're adding in this year. It's going to be $49.99 per person. It's supposedly an interactive experience where it's like real life storytelling mixed with VR.
It's like Paranormal Investigator or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Looks interesting, but I mean,
Are you walking with the VR set
Is it
on your
worth
head?
$50?
Is it
though?
worth $50? That is the question. Because it's groups of 4 going at a time. They don't really tell a whole hell of a lot about it. They just give the basic synopsis on what it is.
I don't know how confident I feel walking around with the VR. With
I'm sure there's people
strangers.
there to like
I
direct
don't
you.
care.
But-
I don't know those people.
I think it's gonna be awesome. The only shitty part is, so you're going this year, I'm going this year. We're going at separate times. I of course will be going the week before this fucking thing happens, and you'll be going the week, I think
the week after it starts.
after it starts. So you'll get to experience it. I won't.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe,
I'm gonna drop
yeah.
$100 on it.
And that's the thing. How long do you have in there? Like, is there like a mission you need to complete?
That's what to my understanding, there is objectives to it of some kind. Like, they were very vague in their posts, so they're trying to keep a lot of it under wraps. I don't know very much about it other than it's a real life story mixing with VR.
Yeah, I would definitely ask the people that have done it beforehand.
I mean, the only thing she's worried about is that it's groups of 4 people at a time,
You
so
have to buy
I would
a lot of people,
assume
sure.
it's going to be limited amounts. Of,
Yeah, I mean that's.
You probably have to buy it.
But you're also probably thinking, how many people are really gonna chuck up another $50 even though they just spent?
You would be
Have you
surprised.
been there to
You
Halloween Horror
would be
Nights?
surprised.
Yeah, I
How many
have.
people spend that in an hour with alcohol during that event?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Which is now gonna be funny because people are super fucking drunk and do VR.
they're
going to
vomit.
vomit.
Oh,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
vomit
ruin the event.
hard.
Yeah.
They're going to ruin the event.
Great. This is not happening ever again.
They really, I mean, that's another thing they need to crack the whip on. They need to crack the whip on the amount of alcohol that's being consumed by people.
Hell no. That's
Because
their
No,
money
they don't.
maker.
They
They
have
make
to, because
so much
last
money.
year-
They have alcohol before you enter and as you go out.
Last year was the worst year as far as character abuse. Like, they actually had people going into the houses purposely. One girl had to quit because she got kicked in the face as hard as this guy could. He was drunk, he went into the house, he thought he was a smart ass, and he kicked this poor girl in her face while she was trying to do her job. And she ended up retired. She resigned the next day. Like,
crazy.
that's not right. To come into a park, get drunk, and act like an asshole
No, I
when
mean,
people are trying to do their jobs. They're getting paid to give you a good scare, not get kicked in the face.
and from doing it personally myself, I've been a scare actor for
What, kicking people
about
in the face?
5 years. No, I've been a scare actor for about 5 years now, and literally the couple times I've ever worked a line, there are people out there that specifically just came there to ruin other people's nights.
Yeah.
And if that is what you're about,
Don't stay
you need
home.
help.
Stay
You
home.
should really seek help about that.
Stay home.
Because if your life goal is to go to some place to fuck up other people's lives and time, you need help yourself. Also, if you're there and you know something's going to happen, tell the person there. Every hayride almost has, you have the person driving you and you always have a storyteller. That storyteller is there to stop anyone. So if you know something's going to happen, let the storyteller know that for your time's not ruined by other people. It's really that simple. Other than that, just have a good time. Get scared. That's
If
you paid money to get scared.
If
Get
you can't go out to one of these events without putting your hands on one of the actors that are getting paid to scare you, you're paying them to scare you. If you can't go to one of these things without putting your hands on them, stay the hell home. You want to put your hands on somebody? Put your hands on your wife. Put your hands on your kids. Put your hands on your animals.
No.
I mean,
No.
don't go out and act like an asshole and ruin everybody else's night.
And trust me, some of these characters, because the ones I've worked at, some of them are ex-Marines. Some of them are current firefighters. Don't try your luck.
You might end up putting your hands on the wrong one, getting your ass beat, and
You should
what it is.
You should look up some of the ones I worked at with. You get off the hayride. You're in woods that you're not familiar with, but we are.
Newsflash: it's not always teenagers and kids working these things.
Anyway, I think we could stay away from that.
That was the Universal news.
So, video games.
I think the only thing that really came out
Just released a new trailer. Titanfall 2, follow up to Titanfall from what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, some shit like that. Whenever Xbox One came out, 2 years
And,
ago.
it just dropped a new trailer showcasing the single player mode. And it actually looks really good.
This time it's offline, right?
The single player, I believe it is.
I mean, it might be worth getting just.
It's a
I get the
full-fledged-
concept of everything being online, but I just hate
It is a full. They've already came out in an interview and said it. It is a full-fledged single-player game mode that has zero connection to the multiplayer mode. Like the last time, it had a single-player mode, but it was attached to the multiplayer mode. It was like a training mode. This is not that. This is a straight-up single-player campaign story mode.
Interesting.
And it looks great. It looks great. It has all of the aspects that you would find in the multiplayer mode, but it throws a nice story in with it too. Like the original Titanfall, it had a good story. You just had to kind of like listen to it on the fly because the story was happening while you were in the middle of firefights, which kind of.
That's kind of like how Overwatch does their story. Is that like the little quips and things that people say like during the matches and like the just like the environments and stuff, you kind of have to like pick up on like what the story really is about, which I kind of enjoy because it's like a mystery, like you have to like solve a mystery and like what the fuck's going on. But no, I mean it's cool when you actually have like a full-fledged like single player though that you can just learn what the fucking story is
That's
about.
what people wanted from the first one, and they just weren't. They put out what they had already planned, and at that point, even a DLC couldn't add a first-person solo player to that. It just couldn't happen. They learned from their mistakes. They listened to their fans. They're giving everybody exactly what they wanted with Titanfall 2.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's not everyone. A lot of people spend, cause especially in today's age, they spend that $50 or so on a game. They might not have the $50 extra to spend out on a year subscription to Xbox Live. So they get a game and then like, or they don't get a game because they can't simply play it.
Oh yeah, that's a good reason behind it. And then you got reasons like mine where I just don't like playing with 12-year-olds telling me to go fuck myself and.
Or that he had sex with your mother.
Yeah, I just can't tell you how much I enjoy little kids telling me they've had sex with my mom for an entire 15-minute match. But on top of that, I mean, there's some times when I just want to, hang out by myself, play a game for the story, enjoy it solo. But with games like the original Titanfall, you can't really do that.
Because you can't pause an online game.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, what if I gotta take a shit during a match? Can't do that.
It happens quite often when you play with him.
Unless you got that Microsoft playable compatibility now on your laptop or
That's true. The crossplay.
fucking take your tablet over, take a shit while you're playing. There you go.
It's true. You could do that.
Now you're good. Now you never have to miss a time with Xbox.
Not recommended, but it's possible to do.
You just build like a rack in your bathtub or something that you can.
Why are you by your bathtub when you take your shit?
No, because sometimes the bathtub's facing away from the bathtub's here, the toilet's here, you're facing the bathtub.
He's gonna be like one of them ones when he gets his own place. He's gonna put in dual toilets facing each other so he can play battleships with whoever's in there.
No, I'm gonna put a TV in my fucking.
I can see him having a TV with a bathroom with a TV in it.
Hell yeah,
Totally
bro.
see that happening.
Buy another Xbox, set it up in there.
There's gonna be a high quality TV with surround sound.
Take
so he can
take
shit.
a shit in my comfortable space. I got a squatty potty. Apparently that doesn't work.
That commercial is ridiculous.
And then whatever.
For those who
The
haven't
fact that we were
seen
talking
it,
about getting ice cream later, I am kind of just goes in
For those who have not seen it, do a Google or a YouTube search really quick for Squatty Potty. It's a little video of a little unicorn.
Don't give it to me. Just watch it. It's
Look
funny.
up Squatty Potty.
It's long.
Ridiculous. It's like a 7 or 8 minute video of a mythical character and a guy dressed in old English outfit teaching you how to shit properly.
If you want to laugh at a really shitty infomercial, do it.
It's a real product.
It's funny.
It's a real product.
I guess we can end it off with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul, but it's not doing well.
No, I mean it's doing financially well. It's
Weird.
selling a lot, but
Because it's a
apparently
good
there's-
concept.
apparently there's complaints. I've watched a couple of. I don't have a PS4 yet, so I don't plan on really getting one.
I have PS4,
Especially
but I don't think I can.
Sony's
uh,
terrible security breaches and everything.
Yeah, I
But
thought about buying it. I was like, it's not.
I can't. I gotta.
You're
get
never gonna
on,
finish it. I
watch
want to
it.
get. When I have a game, I want to be able to go. I'm done with this.
well, I get bored with shit easily. And it
Especially
shows
with
with a lot of my
RPGs.
video games. Yeah, I mean, I can play an MMO till I get to like level 30, and then I'll be like, well, I'm fucking bored. And I'm already doing that with a game now, so it's just like I couldn't see me spending $60 on this game to play it for like 3 weeks and then be like, well, I've done this a million fucking times and now I'm bored. And not only that, but apparently people have been complaining that like Brandon brought up a point that there is someone out there who actually had a friend where they went to the same universe, same planet at the same time, in the same spot, and couldn't actually visibly see each other. And even though the creator said that, yeah, you could still interact with people if you meet up with them, but realistically, apparently it's not happening.
Yeah, the interview, the director of the game in an interview came out and said that if you miraculously managed to find another player in the universe, that would be the only way that you would be able to see your own character. Like they would have to find you and describe you to you. And
Why would you want to?
I mean, it's just the premise of it. Like you have no idea what your character looks like. There's no mirrors. You can't. I would doubt you can look in the water and see a reflection or anything.
Now imagine they just never made skins for them, and that's why they never saw each other.
Maybe. Maybe.
It was all just a ruse.
I know that pissed some players off.
Yeah, because I mean, especially for some like a lot of people, like our first episode when we said we start this, a lot of us have friends in other countries that where sometimes the only time we ever talk to them or anything is when we're playing a video game, and you go through all this stuff and you're like, hey, let's both go get this game. It says we can make our own world, do all these adventures. You go out, shell the $60 each game. And you can never play with them, even though you're supposed to be able to.
Well, the thing is, they never outright said you're supposed to. They did say that, yeah, if you do miraculously find someone, you should be able to. But never did they ever say, like, this is going to be a multiplayer game. And they even said that the universe that they've created is so expansive that they even said that in your lifetime you'll never be able to finish like, exploring the entire universe.
It's like a quintillion planet universe.
Yeah, which is awesome. I think that's a great concept. But at the same time, if you say that, well, if you do come around someone that you do find that you'll be able to interact with them, well, and then now you can't. I mean, you definitely have let people fucking down and made a fucking broken promise, which kind of sucks. Sorry, Paul.
And they managed to strike a chord with that one, and they also managed to piss people off with the fact that. They didn't lie, they just didn't fully explain what the game was really all about. It's essentially the best way it was described was Minecraft in space.
Alright, well...
Oh, so it's a crafting game?
Well, not really. You can't really build like a house or anything. But what you do is, from what I've been watching, because I've been watching like a lot of like people playing it since I don't have it, they basically, like the first hour is like you trying to rebuild the spaceship that you have to be able to fly to places. And once you do that, then it's essentially of you landing on a planet, exploring it, finding items to fuel your spacecraft, and like possibly like picking up new things there, like new elements or like a new language, and then fueling up your ship and then going somewhere else to do the same thing. And like that's to me, that would get repetitive real quick. And even,
I got bored while you were talking.
Yeah, even watching it, like I was like, well. This I could already tell would be like a game I'd play for a week and be like.
I'd be able to do 3 before playing, so I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
I mean, it's cool if you're a collector. There are some aspects. Like I watched one where they were finding they're called knowledge stones, where you get to like learn the dialect of the inhabitants. Like to me, that would be cool. Like, fucking go all over the planet and find them. But then like, what happens after? Like, oh, I get to read their texts and speech a little bit better. Like that's really it. Like I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the same thing as having fucking fake achievements. Like to collect them all, whatever. You know, it's not like it's giving me money or anything in real life. It's just making my fucking score go up on Xbox. But I don't know. It's a good game, a good premise.
I don't see the point in buying it for $60.
Some of the animals that you create are looking like spore characters, which I found hilarious. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth $60 to me.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take a dive real quick.
I mean, when it dives down to like 30, 40, maybe.
Well, PC
That's
still
pushing
hasn't.
it, too.
I don't think PC has released yet. I heard it was supposed to release today, but I heard it also got pushed back, so I don't really know. But yeah, PC.
A Christmas Black Friday deal.
But PC, I mean, once PC hits, I think you'll see a huge jump, and yeah, I think a slightly downward, hill for that, financially and people playing. I think you'll get bored of it after a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing financially well because it's a different concept. You know, vast, never-ending game sounds good until you realize what the gameplay is.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
That's all I got.
I don't have anyone to promote this week. No one wanted to be promoted, so fuck them.
So check out some of your local bands.
Check out your local bands. Check out your
Google
local
us.
artists, Etsy, and all that stuff. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and give us a like, and check out our Facebook and Twitter and website. We just put out a couple of reviews. Brandon's got more coming in the works. I just put out a movie review. More to come, definitely. And we also did a video game thing that we're, gonna put out eventually.
We'll work on
I gotta edit it someday. I gotta edit this first though. All right, cheers. Last call.
Night.